Lieutenant, when did you first see the defendant the day you were shot?
Early afternoon. Came by my office, said that my squad was out of control, long lunches, folks leaving early, that sort of thing.
Could you describe the defendant's demeanor at the time?
Confrontational as usual, angry.
And did you have occasion to see the defendant later that afternoon?
Yes. He barged in my office again toward the end of the tour, demanded that I find Detective Sipowicz.
And did you notice anything unusual about his appearance at that time?
He was disheveled. He was slurring his words. I could smell the alcohol in his breath from across the room.
What happened next?
He said that I ratted him out when he was in uniform, and now I ratted him out for sleeping with a subordinate. Neither allegation was true, and I told him that.
Did you ask him to leave?
Several times. I even said I'd get an officer to take him home. He just got more riled. Finally called me a dirty spick rat.
How did you respond to that?
I stood up, told him if he didn't leave, I'd kick his ass.
And did you move towards him at any time?
No, I never came out from behind my desk.
Raise your hands at any time?
No.
Reach for your gun at any time?
Absolutely not.
What happened next?
The captain turned like he was leaving, and he pulled his gun and shot me in the chest. Next thing I remember, I was waking up in ICU 2 days later.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Lose your temper a lot, Lieutenant?
No, I don't.
So threatening a superior officer, that was an unusual event.
Yes, just like a superior officer walking in drunk and out of control was unusual.
So the captain provoked you, right?
To telling him to leave my office? You bet.
And did a homeless man named Robert Delgado provoke you in 1996 when you broke his arm?
Objection, Your Honor.
Goes to pattern.
Overruled.
I was supervising a narcotics raid. Mr. Delgado was 6'4", 240 pounds. He became agitated and attacked an officer. It took 4 of us to subdue him.
But you were put on modified assignment for 2 days, correct?
Which is routine when a civilian complaint is filed. I was cleared.
You received 2 complaints for excessive force when you were in narcotics, right?
Over 14 years. You're in the field as much as I was. You ruffle a few feathers. It goes with the territory.
Another complaint when you were in uniform. Goes with the territory, right?
I was never disciplined for anything, and I'd put my record up against any cops.
How about your personal life, Lieutenant? Any temper problems there?
Your Honor, I must object again. Lieutenant Rodriguez is the victim in this case. His character is not at issue.
Overruled. Answer the question, Lieutenant.
No temper problems at home.
Sir, when the police responded to a domestic disturbance complaint at your apartment on May 7th, 1993, that had nothing to do with your temper?
My ex-wife had a drug problem. At times she'd become paranoid, hysterical. It was all I could do to calm her down.
Broken arms. Domestic arguments requiring police intervention. And you don't have a temper control problem.
Objection, argumentative, asked and answered.
Sustained.
Let's talk about the day of the incident. The first time Captain Fraker came by, he announced a series of investigations, correct?
That's right.
What would these investigations have done to your career?
Nothing, because the charges were without merit.
Assuming they had merit.
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll allow it.
I suppose I could have been disciplined.
Not just discipline, Lieutenant. You would have lost your command, right?
You have to ask IAB that.
I'm asking you, Lieutenant. You knew Captain Fraker posed a grave threat to your career, didn't you?
He didn't.
Then he came by again, antagonized you further.
I dealt with it.
An IAB officer tells you your career is over, calls you a dirty spick, and you just dealt with it?
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained.
You didn't just threaten Captain Fraker, did you? You reached for your gun, right?
I did not.
You were provoked. Your career was on the line.
Your Honor, counsel's badgering.
Sustained.
He was drunk and he shot me. That's what happened.
Would the court remind the witness he's testifying under penalty of perjury?
Objection, that's totally improper, and counsel knows it.
The jury will disregard that question. Don't try that again, Mr. Sinclair.
Yes, Your Honor. The defense has no further questions.
The witness can step down.